across the sky. Never know what the sun might bring until you see it rise. When the storm's out on the horizon, keeps us from where we wanna be. I know I'll be alright because you give to me something to hold on to. Something to hold on to. You give me something to hold on to. Till tomorrow comes. I was on the run, I was a renegade dame. You were a firecracker burning against a sky full of rain. And with our hands up we were gunning on a red hot faith. It was a ride or die kind of night, we were fading away. The first night of the rest of our lives, and there's a wildfire above us. When the sun goes down, it feels like we're losing our minds, but it feels right as long as you're around. Your heartbeat sounds to me like freedom. Oh, you keep me warm. All the stars in the sky, all the lights on the highway. Oh, they keep us coming alive. Grab my hand in the dark, light it straight to my heart. Oh, you give me every time. Don't want anything new, got nothing to lose. All I need is beside me in the front seat. Something about you been running me. Some kind of new American dream. We were moving faster, we were caught in a rush. It was a blur of a summer, it was hurricane us. And as I looked over my shoulder, trying to catch your gaze, I saw the sun shining over clear as a California day. Oh, it's the first night of the rest of our lives, and there's a wildfire above us. When the sun goes down, it feels like we're losing our minds, but it feels right as long as you're around. This moment plays on like an anthem. Oh, you keep me warm. All the stars in the sky, when I feel lost, I don't feel afraid, 'cause I've been around this enough to lift the change. What does it cost for you to feel free? Take it in your stride, try to stay the night and breathe. Ooh, I know you think it's all figured out, but things change, but things change. Even when it hurts, hold on to what you know. Even when it burns, it's never gonna burn you down. You can take it all, so take whatever comes your way, 'cause you're strong, stronger than you know, stronger than when you feel caught out. Don't let the words let you drown. Take all of the sound and throw it to the wind. All of it is noise, trying to throw you off your track. Don't let it win, don't ever turn back. Ooh, I know you think it's all figured out, but things change. Get ready for the change.
sure the audio to the master is all the way down to the bottom.
It's always the right stuff on your head. Separate forever.
Good evening. Welcome to the commencement for the class of 2021. We're happy you're here to share in this important event in the lives of these young people, and we encourage the audience to celebrate in a manner appropriate for this event. Out of respect for our graduates, please remain seated throughout the ceremony and please silence all cell phones. We are pleased to have the following Harrisonville Cass R9 School District administrators and board members with us today. Superintendent Mr. Paul Minching, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Jason Eggers, Board President Mrs. Tina Graff, Vice President Mr. Doug Meyer, and members Mrs. Nancy Shelton, Mrs. Brittany Sexton, Mr. Bing Schimmelfending, and Mr. Cameron Chenoweth. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mary O'Reilly and Carolyn Schrock. Mary is president of the senior class. She is the daughter of Michael and Laura O'Reilly and plans to attend the University of Dallas and pursue a degree in chemistry. Carolyn is the daughter of Mitch and Stacy Schrock and plans to attend William Jewell College and pursue a degree in vocal music performance.
Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On behalf of the graduating class of 2021, I'd like to introduce the teachers who have graciously consented to assist in today's ceremony. If they would please stand and be recognized at this time. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge our teachers assisting in other areas of the program today. Would those teachers please stand? Thank you, teachers, for all you've done for the students sitting here today. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Paul Minching.
Thank you, Mr. Wiegers. Good evening. On behalf of Board President Tina Graff and the other members of the Board of Education, please allow me to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2021. Graduates, assembled here are multitudes of people who love and support you and seek to honor and celebrate your status as a graduate of Harrisonville High School. Parents, family, and loved ones, thank you for joining us to celebrate our students this evening. We know that this day would not have been possible without your care, support, and love for your child. Thank you. Graduates, your achievements have been plentiful. As a school and community, we take great pride in your activity and athletic accomplishments. However, what we are most proud of are the numerous achievements from your academic pursuits as a high school student. Allow me now to share just a few of these with your parents, family, and friends. Of the graduating class seated before you, 76 attended dual credit courses worth 640 college credit hours. A total of 88 advanced proficiency exams were completed. The class grade point average is 3.07 on the 4.0 scale. 20 students have cumulative grade point averages in excess of 4.0. 115 seniors plan to continue their education at a 2- or 4-year college, with additional students enlisting in the military. The average ACT college admission score for this class was 20.3, with 8 seniors scoring 30 and above on the ACT. There are 56 members of the senior class that have earned a total of 209 scholarships. There are approximately 110 graduates earning A+ scholarships. The members of the Harrisonville High School graduating class of 2021 have earned over $2,232,895 in scholarships and over $1,318,680 in A+ money, for a grand total of $3,551,575. Congratulations, class of 2021. As I bid you a fond farewell, allow me to leave you with this final thought, graduates. Be mindful that every day, through your thoughts, words, and deeds, you have the ability to become a better person, and always and in all ways accept the responsibility to help others do the same. Even after my many years of education, 6 short words continue to ring true. Be kind first, be right later. As you reflect on this most unusual of senior years, throughout your life, if I could choose one thing for you to remember from this year, is to grant grace to those who seek it. Be kind first, be right later. Thank you, and again, congratulations to the graduating class of 2020.
This time, I'd like to introduce our student speaker, Breezy Simler. She's the daughter of Brian and Amy Simler, and Breezy plans to attend the Missouri State University and pursue a degree in acting.
In May 2009, we, the first graders, entered Harrisonville High School, some of us for the very first time. We were dressed in little ladybug, army ant, firefly, and bee costumes, or if you were me, dressed as the stink bug. And we walked down the enormous hallways, fascinated and perhaps a little bit scared. It has been just over 12 years since that day, and I have to say that those halls don't seem so scary or huge anymore. High school is over. There will be no more sitting in the student section at Memorial Stadium together. No more crowding into bleachers for homecoming assemblies. We will never again rush to our first hours before the bell rings. There will be no more AP tests, no more groaning when you get stuck behind someone slow on your way to your furthest class. We won't wait together in lunch lines or fight over parking spots anymore. There will be no more pacer tests, something I fully believe is cruel and unusual punishment. There will be no more studying for the ACT, stressing about a math test, or trying to read a whole book last minute. Hopefully, this will be the last time we experience graduation during a pandemic. The last few days have marked the beginning of many lasts, both sweet and bittersweet. But today marks the beginning of infinitely more firsts. 12 years ago, we started a journey together. And although our paths are taking us in different directions after this day, our journey together is not ending. Our journey will continue through Facebook and Instagram. One of us will be the first to get married, the first to graduate college, the first to be famous or become a doctor or become the president. Whether we like it or not, we are all connected by our shared experiences. I will remember each classmate I ever interacted with, even if one day it is only a name in the back of my mind. There are memories I will never forget, some that I'll wish I could, and some that I'll hope are never due. So while this chapter of our story is closing, the book is far from over. But before the chapter closes, I would like to say thank you to the people who helped us get here. Thank you to the teachers who had every right to smack us for how we acted, but instead helped us learn. Especially the teachers like the Crutchfields for going far beyond their job descriptions to make sure that the theater program lived on, and for letting me convince them to do one last play. I want to thank all the staff members who I might have never interacted with, but still did their part to help me on my way. Thank you to our parents, but especially to Amy and Brian Simler, for supporting my every endeavor and coming to every play or guard competition, no matter how long or far away. Thank you to all of our siblings, but especially Libby, CJ, and Katie, the three sisters without whom I would be infinitely lonely and much less interesting without siblings to help shape my personality. And, from my future self, I would like to thank myself for doing the best I could. I may never see some of you ever again. Some of you I will see tomorrow. I can only hope that one day, years from now, you will be sitting on your couch scrolling through your phone, and that when you see my name you will look back with fondness. That you will remember this moment and moments before and be happy. The future is ahead of us, my fellow classmates. There are good times behind us and better times before us. And maybe not everything you will remember about your life up to this point will be good or happy. You may not look back with fondness. Maybe you don't want to. So for those of us who sit alongside me, hoping for a swift end to this chapter of life, a quote from Joseph Fink. Time is like wax, dripping from a candle flame. In the moment, it is molten and falling with the capability to transform into any shape. Then, the moment passes, and the wax hits the tabletop and solidifies into the shape it will always be. It becomes the past, a solid, single record of what will always be, still holding its wild curves and contours, the potential of every shape it could have held. It is impossible, no matter how blessed you are by luck or the government or some remote invisible deity gently steering your life with hands made of moonlight and wind. It is impossible not to feel a little sad looking at that bit of wax, that bit of the past. It is impossible not to think of all the wild forms that wax will now never take. But then you remember, I remember, that we are even now in another bit of molten wax. We are in a moment and it is still falling, still volatile, and we will never be anywhere else. We will always be in that most dangerous, most exciting, most possible time of all, the now, where we never can know what the shape the next moment will take. So, my fellow graduates, think of the past and look forward to the future, but never forget that you live in the present. Create the best present you can because that's where you will always live. And in this now, this present, we are together one last time to celebrate all the parts of our lives we have spent together. And I, for one, couldn't be happier to be here right now. My final thanks I would like to give is to you. Thank you to my friends who made high school not just bearable but fun. Thank you to the friends I never made and to my friends I haven't spoken to in far too long. Thank you to my best friend, who I missed for so many years before she returned to this town. Thank you to every classmate seated on this field and to all the ones who aren't. Thank you for everything, class of 2021.
At this time, we'd like to take the opportunity to recognize individual seniors for their achievement. The following students have earned a composite score of 30 or higher on the ACT. When I call your name, will you please stand? Jacob Allen. Hunter Baker. George Fries. Kaylin Holden. Walker Holden. Colleen O'Reilly. Mary O'Reilly. And Sayla Norman. Thank you. You may be seated. Next, it's my honor to present to you those seniors who have earned Bright Flight scholarships. Bright Flight is a merit-based program that encourages top-ranked high school seniors to attend approved Missouri post-secondary schools. To be eligible, students must have a composite score on the ACT or the SAT in the top 3% of all Missouri students taking those tests. They have to be a graduating high school senior who enrolls as a first-time, full-time student at an approved Missouri post-secondary school. They must be a Missouri resident and a United States citizen or eligible non-citizen. They must not be pursuing a degree or certificate in theology or divinity. And these students, when I call your name, will you please stand? George Fries. Sayla Norman. And Colleen O'Reilly. Congratulations to our Bright Flight scholars. Over the past 4 years, parents have been supporting our students through the Academic Booster Club at Harrisonville High School. The mission of the Academic Booster Club is, 1, to support and reward Harrisonville High School students for outstanding academic achievement. 2, to create cooperation between parents, educators, and students. 3, to assist the students in efforts towards academic growth. 4, to stimulate the interest of the community in the academic growth of all students. It is my pleasure, on behalf of the Academic Booster Club, to recognize the following students who have earned a cumulative GPA of 4.0 or higher during their high school career. These graduates will be presented a gold cord for this esteemed honor. When I call your name, will you please approach the podium? Graduates with a GPA of 4.0 or higher are Jacob Allen, Josie Anderson, Hunter Baker, Jaden Boyer, Garrett Brown, Trevor Campbell, Nathaniel Deviney, George Freeze. Kaylin Holden. Walker Holden. Kara Lemmer. Riley Matthew. Sayla Norman. Colleen O'Reilly. Mary O'Reilly. Hannah Reynolds. Riley Smalley. James Tiemann. Catherine Truman. And Cody Waddle. These 20 students represent the highest of academic achievement at Harrisonville High School. On behalf of the faculty and administration, we congratulate you on your academic accomplishments and challenge you to lead the way to a better world. As these seniors stand before you, one will receive the award of Honor Graduate. The honor graduate must hold the highest grade point accumulative for the senior class and meet all other requirements as set forth. The class of 2021 graduates you see before you have been challenging each other over the course of their high school careers. This year's honor graduate leads the class of 2021 with an overall grade point average of 4.452. It is my privilege to introduce the honor graduate for the class of 2021. George Freeze. Congratulations on this extraordinary accomplishment. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Samantha Cates, counselor at Harrisonville High School.
You will notice that several students in the class are wearing cords or stoles. These cords and stoles represent the highest achievement for the various groups they represent. Each group is denoted by a symbol in the program. Would students wearing a cord or stole please stand? On behalf of your sponsors, faculty, and administration, we congratulate you on your accomplishments in high school and offer you our best wishes. At this time, I would like to introduce Mrs. Carrie Bliss and Mrs. Julie Zering, counselors at HHS.
It is our pleasure to present the students for Boy and Girl of the Year. Each month during the school year, one boy and one girl are selected as Students of the Month based on good citizenship, leadership, scholarship, and sportsmanship. Will the monthly recipients please stand when your name is announced? George Fries, Trevor Campbell, Kyle Menching, James Tiemann, Nathaniel Deviney, Kennedy Atkinson, Colin Carruthers, Walker Holden, Hunter Baker,
Colleen O'Reilly, Sayla Norman, Harrison Maxwell, Mary O'Reilly, Kaylin Holden, Emily Gray, Julia Abernathy, Brianna Simler, Emily Garrido Calva. One boy and one girl were chosen from these students to be selected Boy and Girl of the Year. Will the 2020-2021 Boy and Girl of the Year please join us at the podium when your names are announced?
The 2021 Boy of the Year is Trevor Campbell. The 2021 Girl of the Year is Colleen O'Reilly.
Hi, I'm Colleen O'Reilly. I'm Student of the Month, and I am involved in Student Council as the president, in STAD as the secretary, in Key Club as the vice president, and I'm just regularly involved in Science Club, College Advisors, NHS, Wellness Committee, and YMCA Youth and Government. I am the daughter of Mike and Lori O'Reilly, and I have a twin sister who I beat out for Student of the Month this month, so love you, Mary. Okay, so the most influential person to my school career is Mr. Culpepper because he inspired me to become a political science major through his class and his approach to American politics, government. My funniest or most embarrassing high school memory is when I went to see Rashomon with Audrey and Isaiah and Sydney, and Audrey ran over a curb on the way out of Dairy Queen. That was funny. And then watching the kissing booth with Mary and Isaiah and Audrey. That was funny too. 5 years from now, I see myself still pursuing higher education in political science. Hopefully I'll be working in policy by that time and hopefully have a good internship under my belt. Maybe I'll be in DC. That would be good. My favorite middle school teachers are Mr. Todd, Miss Coram, Miss Fries, and Mr. Culpepper because they made class amazing and fun through food. For Mr. Todd, Miss Fries actually made me like science. Miss Coram explained things well, and Mr. Culpepper just put up with me and made history something that was actually interesting.
Hey guys, I'm Trevor Campbell. I'm a senior at Harrisonville High School. I'm involved in FFA. I'm the president of our chapter in Harrisonville,
and then I'm also the area parliamentarian. I'm involved in football. I'm a captain this year. I'm involved in wrestling, NHS, and NTHS. Two people who have had a big impact on my high school career are my parents, Jim Campbell and Becky Campbell, who are both teachers in our district. But they've really helped me show me how hard I need to work to get good grades, and they've kept me accountable and never give up on any sports or any goals that I've set for myself, and have always helped me achieve them. Another person who's influenced me a lot in high school has been Coach Vinny. He's always been my life coach. He's always helped me get through some hard times or whatever I'm going through. He's always been there to help me out and keep me going. In 5 years, I probably see myself being rich somewhere, hopefully having a lot of money, a bunch of land, hopefully some cows with my brother, a big farm, and hopefully have a really good looking wife and maybe a kid or two in 5 years. I don't know. We'll see. My favorite elementary school teacher was Miss Meeks. I had her for 4th and 5th grade. We looped, and it was a ton of fun. I mean, we were field day champs, I think, back-to-back years. It was a lot of fun. She helped me. She kept me reading even when I hated reading, and kept forcing me to read more and more books. In middle school, Miss Thomas also forced me to read, and I think looking back, that was good. And they were very good teachers. A lot of fun. And a funny / embarrassing high school story for my high school is probably, I think it was my sophomore year when we were weighing in for wrestling. Right before a duel, Jamie Gray had a big hole in his underwear and did not bother to change. And when he went up to weigh in for weigh-ins, the ref told him about it, and he just acted like he had no clue that he had probably a 10-inch hole in the back of his underwear. So that's probably the funniest high school story I have.
At this time, we will bestow upon each senior a token of their achievement in the form of a diploma, which will be one of the most important documents to be received during their life. Based on the completion of the requirements as established by the state of Missouri and the Harrisonville Cass R9 School Board, these candidates are eligible to receive and be afforded all rights and privileges granted with our diploma. Mrs. Graff, President of the Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for graduation. Mary O'Reilly, Senior Class President, and Kara Lemmer, Senior Class Vice President, please approach the podium for the reading of each graduate's name. Colleen O'Reilly, Senior Executive President, and Madeline McGee, Senior Executive Vice President, please take your places for the presentation of our diplomas. Will the first row of graduates please rise and approach the podium?
Sarah Maylin Wild.
Emily Christine Lowry.
Masadi Sammy Sue Alexander.
Carolyn Deschanay Schrock.
Kelsey Dawn Knowles.
Nathaniel Eric Wayne Deviney.
Sydney Autumn Maxwell.
Macy Lene,
Macy Elaine Shoemaker. Selah Suzanne Norman.
George Winston Fries.
Zaya Mackenzie Louise Johnson.
Julia Raylene Abernathy.
Hallie Danielle Keeney.
Breezy Slimler.
Gianna Schrock.
Grace Ann Yates.
Catherine Jeanette Truman.
Danielle Elizabeth Leisure.
Skylar White.
Sebastian Dean Wilson.
Jagger Carter.
Alyssa Marie Schick.
Casey Lee Johnson.
Austin Daniel Pierce.
Braden Matthew Schrock.
Joseph William Wardlow.
Wyatt Cole Hart.
Hudson Scott Johnson.
Alex Patrick Sterner.
Samuel Richard Austin.
Jacob Marshall Williams.
Zane Robert Hammond.
Elijah Wayne Brewster.
Jackson Isaiah Hillman.
Brian Thomas Baker.
Matthew James Stacy.
Mauricio Gabriel Morales Lemus.
Dakota Lee Butler.
Tony Burden Strunk Jr.
Braden Donald Austin Talley.
Amber Lee Nelson.
Kimberly Madison Balducci.
Angelia Crystal Maria Sensing.
Lexi Cooksey.
Haley Diane Howard.
Shelby Wolf.
Cameron Christine Setzer.
Elizabeth Rose Bostic.
Emily Grace Gray.
Camille Meredith Jennings.
Egypt's Nicole Mays.
Brian Michael Garlock.
Corbin Thomas Hall.
Harrison Lee Maxwell.
Riley Marie Smalley.
Jacob Austin Ward.
Dylan Saylor.
Devin Xavier Bales.
Hannah Lynn Richardson. Stephanie Ryan Gilliam.
Lillian Margaret Capon.
Brandy Raylan Atwell.
Isabel Grace McCune.
Hannah K. Bentley.
Shelby Lee Jean Deshawn.
Serenity Elaine Estes.
Madison Claire Knight.
Lucy Josephine Shopper.
Brenna Leanne Blackburn.
Desiree Ann May Hardy.
Alyssa Jade Hobbs.
Haley Mae Callahan.
Grace Ann Kirkemo.
Hattie Deanne Wilson.
Alyssa Cheyenne Wilson.
Caitlin Marie Vandendale.
Emily Garita Calva.
Kylie Brooke Wyatt.
Virgil Ray Shattuck.
Noah Aaron Collins.
Serendy Elizabeth Rogers.
Elizabeth Jane East.
Riley Marie Siebold.
Olivia Danielle Smith.
Hannah Elizabeth Arnold.
Allison Nicole Quinn.
Callista Mayer Claiborne.
Noah Scott Borland.
Dalton Matthew Lawson.
Olivia Ruth Tribble.
Brett Richard Julian.
Trevor Owen Campbell.
Kennedy Woolen Atkinson.
Brandon Jagger Johnson.
Drew Hunter Swiger.
Kyle James Menching.
Nolan Reese Medlin.
Walker Blaine Holden.
Hunter Stanton Baker.
Jacob Wayne Norris.
Madeline Elise Ritter.
Jefferson Brooks Langer.
Jaden Nicole Boyer.
James Kevin Tiemann III.
Connor Arthur Blix.
Ricky Lee Arrington.
Kobe Allen Norris.
Shane Patrick Coffey.
Kaylin Grace Holden.
Hannah Michelle Reynolds.
Alexis Rain Seitz.
Sean Kier Carruthers.
Colin Allen Carruthers.
Ethan Lee Murray.
Joe Paul Esco.
Travis James Fields.
Mallory Cheyenne Murray. William Ferguson.
Tyler Adams.
Enoch Daniel Rice.
Montgomery Dean Schroeder.
Lene Gale Eggers.
Riley Ann Matthew.
Hannah Lee Scott.
Kylie Jean Huntinger.
Lacey Rochelle Dunsworth.
Riley Dawn Wild.
Casey Ira Bradshaw.
Brooke Madison Miller.
Elizabeth Aaron Ellsworth.
Kaylee Renee Caldwell.
Emmy Louise Hutchins.
Nani Nicole Justice.
Dylan Shane Wright.
Christopher Ryan Magnuson.
Drayden Lee Polk.
Mason Cole Gaddy.
River Isaac Riley.
Tanner Keith Harmon.
Jasmine Louise Davis.
Angel K. Turney.
Emily Taylor Sullivan.
Josie Marie Anderson.
Mallory Trish Powers.
Madison Page Ritter.
Logan Thomas Ruby.
Luke Kevin Griffith.
Russell Jaden Mason.
Zachary Lamont Ridenauer.
Jesse Schoonover.
Chase Aaron Barkhurst.
Manuel David Rios.
Caden Scott Lacey.
Preston Thomas Anderson.
Adrian Morales.
Jace Ryan Percival.
Emily Grace Brewer.
Mackenzie Morgan Morrow.
Virginia Catherine Wade. Malachi Frederick Searly.
Jason Alexander McCoy.
Jacob Stephen Allen.
Garrett Bryce Brown.
Raven Garrett Bertrand.
Adam Michael Fools.
Sawyer Garrison Lundeen.
Mason Evans.
Ashton Leon Strong. Cody Michael Waftel.
Ian Wayne Briggs.
Jackson Ryman.
Corbin Jude Callison.
Dominic Ellersick.
Nathan Andrew Barnett.
Quentin Moore.
Aiden Nathaniel Dutter.
Colleen Elizabeth O'Reilly.
Madeline Kenna McGee.
Kara Justice Lemmer.
Mary Kathleen Cecilia O'Reilly.
Will the senior class officers please approach the podium for the changing of the tassel? Graduates, please rise. Place your right hand on your tassel and switch to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the class of 2021. Congratulations.